Hello everyone, welcome back to Jim's Garage Toys. This is Jim, and on today's video I am going to be finally installing my winter tires on my GR Corolla. So I figure I would go ahead and show what I bought for it and what it looks like, and we'll get them put on and we'll be ready for the cold stuff to come. So here are my brand new winter tires and wheels. So I ended up going with a Flow 1. It is the same size exactly as the OEM wheels right here. So they are both 18 by 8.5 with a 30 offset. And so that way I didn't have to mess with changing any other setup. I do have 15mm spacers on the front, and I have a 25mm spacer on the rear because I took off the 10mm OEM spacer. So both front and rear have been pushed out 15 more millimeters, and that way when I lower it, I didn't want this issue right here hitting up in here. So I think I'm going to be safe, and I only want a very mild drop anyway, so I don't like the slammed look. So I think I will be fine front and rear. So that way I don't have to worry about these. So for the rubber, I went with a Vredestein Wintrac Pro. Kind of see it right there. Initially, my first thought was to go with some Michelin Alpine 5s. And I was reading a comparison, a review between that and this Vredestein, and these are the only two tires that were in the high performance winter tire category. So, and they both did really well. So they liked both the tires, and this one right here was, after the rebate, there was a $150 rebate on it. So I have the jack ready. I use a pinch weld adapter so I don't crush that. And then we'll go ahead and take off the wheels. And the nice thing is I've ceramic coated the car, but I have not done the wheels yet. So this will allow me to clean them really well and then go ahead and ceramic coat those. I have already ceramic coated the winter wheels. So the nice thing about buying wheels and tires from Tire Rack is they include lug nuts at no additional charge, and they include the centering rings at no additional charge. So got the car jacked up for the right rear, and I will go ahead and take it off, and this makes it very quick. I always give a little shot of brake cleaner. And you can see all that ickiness in that. So just to keep them clean, or cleaner, and as much brake dust as these pads produce, that's a good idea. And it's always a good chance to check your pads too, which I'll give a real quick look here. These do have centering rings installed from Tire Rack. All right, I never use my torque wrench that I took them off with to put them on. And once I have all 5 of them started, then I use this. This is not a very high power one, but it will cinch them down. So I have my torque wrench, and same thing, go around in a star. So the right rear is on. I'll go ahead and lower the car back down. And there we have it. Sitting a little high because I jacked it up, so the coil spring hasn't seated back down, but there we go. So this wheel is on the inside here. It's charcoal or gunmetal gray, and then on the spokes in the very outer rim here, it's a dark silver. So it's a two-tone wheel, and like I said, with the gunmetal inset to it, it gives a little dimension to it, or a little more dimension, and I really like it. It's a 10-spoke wheel. Now that I have that one done, we're just going to repeat the process for the other four. So we'll go ahead and do the right front here, and then I'll do the two on the left side. One thing I wanted to say too was that I found that my magnetic ones worked a lot better because this gap was a little bit bigger and the pinch weld on the GR was a little wider. So, and what's nice is these just stay up real nice and easy. So that was something. And I had said earlier how great it is to have one of these, and that is definitely no joke. As you can see, it makes short work of the lug nuts. So, very sweet. Sometimes these will kind of be stuck there, so I usually just give a little pop on the top like that, and they usually come off. And one thing I was looking, a lot of people have mentioned on their tires having excessive wear. Luckily, on these I do not notice anything out of the ordinary, I should say, at least on the right side. There's a good clean in here, a good spray. Oh yeah, look at all that. Just all that braked up. Wow. Whew. You can see why that is a good idea. I wanted to show you on the back side. They put a sticker over there letting you know that there's a centering ring for your vehicle already installed. So just peel it off and put the wheel on. So the right front is all on now. And something I was going to point out, you know, what you can do is look right here and see that the wheel is seated either against the hub, which is here, or in my case, since I have a 15mm spacer. So, and it's interesting because these are actually cut out right here for where the other lugs come in that hold the spacer on. So normally those are enclosed with a small piece of metal, but you can actually see the lug nuts there. I guess you're able to keep a visual eye on it and make sure there's no problem. But I love the way they look.